Welcome to the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast. I'm your host, Tyler. And with me, I have the horrible horror historian himself, my co-host, Anthony. How you doing? Just shaking your hair out?
Mm-hmm.
Just loving life?
Absolutely.
All right. If you're new here, this is how this works. I'm going to read my co-host, Anthony, here, a fictional horror story about some kind of creepy, undead, cryptid, monster, ghoul, ghost, paranormal, extraterrestrial thing, where I've redacted the name of the creature from the story and replaced it with descriptions, and then he gets to guess what the creature is. After that, we're going to look at its history and its origin story. Let's use some pop culture, a little what would you do if you had to face this thing scenario, and finally, if we're making a movie, what's the movie looking like? How we're directing it? What's the story going to be? Who we're casting? And some other production choices.
Just want to go ahead and take this quick second to say, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that bell on for any notifications to stay updated to see when we post. Also, go ahead and follow us on our other platforms, TikTok, Instagram. Helps us out.
Leave a review wherever you want to.
Yeah, we're on everything.
No, not where you want to, where we want you to. Leave a review on everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
We want the what is the word I'm looking for? The recognition?
The rating?
We want the online, we want the validation. Especially Anthony. He doesn't have a whole lot going on in his life. He needs this.
Well, I mean, my life is okay. It's not terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Show your love for Anthony right now in the comments below.
I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
Tell him how you would like to do things to him.
No, thank you.
So, the way this works is Anthony gets 3 yes or no questions to kind of narrow down what this thing that might be. So, for season 0, we kind of did a broader spectrum. We did the whole world. We're just kind of nitpicking from everywhere. For this one, we're focused in on North America. So we know where we're at, but he gets 3 yes or no questions to narrow down what this thing might be in a little shot in the dark guess to see if he can guess right off the gate what this thing is. So, 3 questions ready. Here we go.
Okay, first things first. Is this thing a spirit?
No.
Crap. Is it well known within a set of like town, tribe, group?
Yes.
Well, it's very well known.
Very well known in a very
vast.
Nope. One very, very well known city.
Oh my god, a city?
A city.
Are we on the West Coast?
Nope.
Okay, we're on the East Coast. Okay. Okay.
Not like super east, but eastern.
Eastern?
But we're on the coast. But we're not like eastern seaboard. Think like Gulf of America. Is it still called that? I remember when Trump renamed it Gulf of America instead of the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm curious if it's still named the Gulf of America.
I don't know, dude. It probably is. You know what's really bad?
What?
Is that I'm not even trying to guess the creature right now. I'm trying to guess what's on the fucking Gulf.
What's on the Gulf of
The only two that I'm like coming up with is like Texas and Florida and I think Mississippi or no.
In Louisiana and Alabama. That's pretty much it.
Okay, but I'm trying to think of like the cities, like well-known, like a city, and I keep thinking of like Atlantic City or like Miami or like somewhere in Texas, like Austin, Texas, the cities, not like somewhere, I guess more of a top-rated city, not somewhere in Louisiana, Alabama.
I can tell you the city is not top-rated.
Oh, I have no idea. We could be somewhere in Delaware, like somewhere on the Delaware River, you know what I'm saying?
Brother. Brother.
Doesn't the Delaware River...
Brother.
Doesn't that river go from the Gulf?
Brother. The Delaware River is a major mid-Atlantic river notable for its longest undammed river in the eastern U.S., flowing 330 miles from New York through Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware via the Delaware Bay. That is... Do you know where Delaware is at? It's nowhere near close to the Gulf of fucking Mexico.
I thought it went vertical, not...
That's...
Hold on. From the Gulf...
Mississippi?
There we go. That... I got it mixed up for a second, my bad. Okay, listen, I never needed to know. I was never going there.
Well, after we read this story, we might be going down there.
Is it
a Wendigo?
Fuck it. Is there a Wendigo?
No. That's why I was mocking you. I guess for something else.
No, that's all I got. I got nothing. No, because I've already pissed myself off. I pissed myself off.
I rage baited myself.
I didn't rage bait myself. I'm just disappointed in myself.
Dumb.
I'm not dumb. You know what? If anything, my rage goes to the education system because they did not have good teachers. They didn't have teachers at all when I was in. Okay, they just had laptops. That's it.
All right, you ready for the story?
Absolutely.
It's called Under the Cypress Moon. The swamp learned his name before anyone else did. Eli Bourdeau had grown up in southern Louisiana where the air stayed thick enough to chew and the cypress knees rose from the black water like crooked fingers. He laughed at old stories, the kind whispered over cracked lips and cheap beer, about a cursed thing that stalked the bayou when the moon was wrong. A punishment, they said, a man who'd sinned too deeply and wore his shame on the outside. Eli didn't believe the punishments that walked. That night, his skiff cut through the swamp just after sunset, the outboard motor whining as the frogs fell silent one by one. He was checking his traps. Nutria, maybe a gator if he was lucky. The moon hung low and swollen, pale light leaking through the hanging moss. That's when he smelled it. Not rot, not mud. Something hotter. Animal sweat. And old blood, like a slaughterhouse. Eli killed the motor. "Hello?" he called. Voice swallowed by the trees. The water rippled beside the boat. Something moved between the trunks. Too tall, too broad. A shape hunched, still standing on two legs, its outline broken by ragged fur that clung in wet clumps. Yellow eyes blinked open in the dark, set too high in a face that stretched wrong, muzzle splitting into a grin that showed human teeth buried among fangs. Eli's breath caught. Jesus. The thing stepped forward, its leg bent backwards like a dog's, joints popping as it walked. One hand, no, a paw, dragged along a cypress trunk, claws carving pale lines through the bark. Then it spoke. A sound that tried to be a voice, a wet, choking imitation of a man's plea. "Help me." Eli stumbled back in the boat, knocking over his rifle as the skiff rocked. He reached for it, fingers shaking. The swamp exploded. The creature crossed the distance in a blur of fur and muscle, landing on the bow with a weight that split the wood. Eli screamed as claws punched through the hole, splinters tearing into his legs. The smell hit him full force now. Iron and breath and rage. The thing loomed over him, moonlight catching on its face. Beneath the snout, beneath the fur, he could see skin stretched too tight, scars half hidden. Human eyes stared back at him for half a second, terrified, begging. Then they rolled white. The jaws closed on Eli's shoulder. The bones cracked. His scream turned into a gargle as teeth crushed through his muscle and bit deep into his chest. The creature shook him like prey, slamming him against the boat until ribs burst and blood sprayed warm across the water. Eli felt himself dragged, his body scraping wood, then mud, then roots as the thing hauled him into the swamp. The water swallowed his legs. He kicked weakly, fingers clawing at nothing but moss and air. The thing bent close, breath hot on his face. Its eyes searched him as if memorizing. You tell, it growled. The words mangled but clear enough. You live, you tell. Its claws sank into his stomach. The swamp went quiet again. By morning, search crews found the skiff half sunk and painted red. They found pieces of Eli tangled in the reeds, gnawed and torn, but no tracks led away. Only deep gouges in the mud that ended abruptly, as if the thing had simply stepped out of the world. That night in a nearby town, a man woke screaming, his hands caked with dried blood he couldn't wash away. Scratches covered his arms, and his teeth ached as if they had been used too hard. When the moon rose again, the swamp remembered his name, and it whispered back.
Is this just a swamp werewolf? A swamp wolf?
There's a specific name for it.
Oh my gosh.
But essentially, yes, this is a swamp werewolf. So this is very good. This is the rougarou. So our audio is kind of throughout all that. So our roadcaster had a little bit of an update. So we're gonna redo the history portion of this, and then our movie idea and the scenario, because it's already out. He already knows what the creature is now. So
absolutely, yeah. We messed up with the audio. We didn't know, and then until I was editing,
roadcaster updates.
Yeah, we love the updates.
So this is Tyler and Anthony from the future.
Exactly. I know what's happening. I know what's actually. I forgot.
So you should have a really, really good movie idea.
No, I forgot what was said in the movie. I forgot.
So, this creature's called a rougarou. It's from southern Louisiana. This is from Lillian Lecomte.
You still can't pronounce.
Lillian Lecomte, reference department of the Terrebonne Parish Library. In South Louisiana's culture is it's heavily influenced by France. The cultural legend of the rougarou is no different. Maybe. When the Acadians were exiled from France, they brought the legend of the loup-garou, pronounced loup-garou. I asked my mom how to pronounce that and what it meant, because my mom's mom is from France, and then my mom spent all of her summers as a kid in France.
I got
and,
you.
Like, we have family in France and all this kind of stuff. But I asked her what it meant, and she was like, "Well, that's wolf."
Oh.
And I was like, well, yeah, it's werewolf. And then I explained it to her, and she was like, oh, yeah, it is. So, the legend of the loup-garou moved from Nova Scotia and later on to Louisiana, and then the Cajun version of the tale was formed in our very own bayous and swamplands, the great United States. Eventually, through kind of the mixing of cultures and everything, loup-garou turned into rougarou.
Yeah.
In the Middle Ages in France, it is often believed that any person who had been denounced from the altar and remained impotent, refused to make restitutions and confess, the curse of the werewolf fell upon them, and then they became a loup-garou. In Normandy, any man who was excommunicated became a werewolf for a term of 3 to 7 years. In Basse-Bretagne, Bretagne, any person who had not been shriven for 10 years nor used holy water could become a werewolf. And La Vede, a man who was excommunicated became a werewolf for 7 years, during which he was obligated to haunt certain ill-omened and accursed spots. And that was from The Werewolf in Lore and Legend by Montague Summers of 1993, quoted by Nathan J. Robalis in Folklore Figures of French and Creole Louisiana in 2021.
Haunt?
Yeah, so like haunt.
Oh, haunt? Really?
Like haunt, like ooh.
Yeah.
So,
but I assume a hunt because he's like a werewolf.
So that going back to kind of descriptions of the language and the changing as stuff moves is like yeah, he was there, but he wasn't there to hunt and murder. He was there to scare and terrorize.
See, I thought you had just messed up the word, and I was just like, oh no, he probably meant hunt.
I slip up on a lot of words, but I didn't slip
no,
up
I know.
on that
I'm
word.
saying, because I assumed this thing was like a wolf, you know, like, oh, werewolf, dude.
Strider, you would be dope as hell if you sat there and looked into the camera.
Strider.
Our resident black cat. All right. The Rougarou legend has spread for many generations, either directly from French settlers to Louisiana and New France, or via the French-Canadian immigration centuries ago. In the Creole and Cajun legends, the creature is said to prowl the swamps around Acadia and Greater New Orleans and the sugarcane fields in the woodlands of the region. The Rougarou is most often described as a creature with a human body and the head of a wolf or dog, similar to the werewolf legend. Often, the storytelling has been used to inspire fear and obedience, much like all of these stories.
Yeah, okay.
And such example is in stories that have been told by elders to persuade Creole and Cajun children to behave. According to another variation, the wolf-like beast will hunt down and kill Catholics who do not follow the rules of Lent. So, behave, listen to the church, do what you're supposed to do, don't go out at night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adhere to your Lent.
Same thing as like the hag and then Noonday Witch, of scaring them of not doing certain things.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it tends to be like a lot of creatures. Maybe not so much cryptids, but creatures. You know, like some cryptids like Mothman, it's like okay.
Well, yeah, I'm sure a lot of folklore creatures.
No, I don't think anybody's out there telling their kids like, "Hey kids, don't go outside because Mothman will get you." Oh, we have such a great social experiment to try. What are you talking about? We just need to convince like a generation of people, right?
You're gonna traumatize a bunch of kids.
To tell their kid not to go outside because Mothman will get them, and see how big we can get Mothman.
The traumatized experiment, the moth experiment.
If somebody from the CIA is watching, like hit me up. You got my number. So with the idea of the church, the idea of it coming out of not adhering to your Lent, kind of coincides with the French Catholic Lougarou stories, according to which the method for turning into a wolf is to break Lent 7 years in a row. So you could become one of these things for a lot. A common blood-sucking legend says that the Rougarou is under the spell for 101 days. After that time, the curse is transferred from person to person when the Rougarou draws another human's blood. During the day, that creature returns to human form. Although acting sickly, the human refrains from telling others of the situation for fear of being killed. Some believe that placing 13 small objects by the door keeps the Rougarou at bay, and the creature is also said to be so simple-minded that it can't count beyond its fingers.
Yeah.
So, some stories say that the Rougarou is derived from witchcraft. In the later claim, only a witch can make a Rougarou, either by turning into a wolf herself or by cursing others with lycanthropy.
Okay.
So, from a blog post on New Orleans legendarywalkingtours.com, a creature of curses and consequences, the Rougarou is more than a fearsome beast. It serves as a warning, punishment, or even a cautionary tale. According to legend, those who don't adhere to Lent might find themselves cursed to become the Rougarou for an entire year, during which they are driven by a hunger that they cannot satisfy and haunted by a rage they cannot tame. Other versions warn that anyone who encounters the Rougarou and speaks of it will become its next victim. The rule of silence has kept the legend alive, as fear of speaking its name keeps its tail in the shadows. Local folklore tells of those who have seen the creature, heard its low growls, or felt its chilling breath on their necks, a shadowy figure prowling the edge of the swamp at night, a flash of fur disappearing into the trees. Each sighting feeds the legend, leaving indelible mark on those who have experienced its presence.
Insane. I think the biggest thing that I remember from this thing was the witchcraft. Honestly, was more like cool to me.
Well, like a witch could make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I don't know. It's just I don't think we've really talked much about witchcraft except for the Adze, I think it was. That's kind of some black magic.
So the Adze had a lot of
Because you could force your negative emotions onto someone else.
Yeah. There was a lot of witchcraft in that culture that derived into the Legend of the Odd.
But I don't think in any other thing we've ever actually went on to the witchcraft side of things.
Not yet.
I'm just saying, like the
We're
Ruguru.
getting there. Trust me, we're good.
I don't know. The Ruguru.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I would love to hear a story from somebody who knows of this thing and like the witchcraft side of it to like tell us a story of it, like how the witchcraft.
Yeah.
Because like we went to Salem a couple years ago and like kind of did like the whole witchcraft, like looking into it, like the experience of witchcraft.
Oh yeah.
And it's very like that style of witchcraft has a very positive.
Yeah, because you said you said a lot of it's for healing.
Yeah,
effects.
yeah. A lot of it is very healing. It's very like therapeutic. It's very like incense burnings and this and that. It's all about the circle and like, you know, making sure that you're in line.
How much do you believe in witchcraft? Like, do you believe in it like fully, like 100%, or is it like somewhere like above 50%, but not full 100, or are you in like the below?
That I believe witchcraft is like actually real and somebody could like curse you?
In a sense, yeah. I would say I would say in general, like in some sense, because I don't know. I was gonna say.
Well, that's kind of getting into like the whole idea of like, if you take written history as kind of the basics, and one of the oldest recordings, right? Like if you go like back to like the fabled lost episode of Ghosts, and you look at like the history that was like the earliest recording of undead, right?
Correct.
And, like the Epic of Gilgamesh and all those.
Yeah, that was
that are carved into tablets.
Okay, like a ghoul. Yeah, the ghoul
like,
and everything. Yeah.
Like there has to be something. Now, if you take the Judeo-Christian stance, and there's like the one God, well, how come Egypt, like if you look at like the Jews in Egypt, those people had, the Egyptians had gods, and those gods brought power to the Egyptians.
Right.
It wasn't the all-powerful in terms of the Judeo-Christian God, but they were able to perform miracles and acts that could not be explained. So, do I believe in witchcraft? Yes, I believe that there is a level of witchcraft. I believe that if you believe in it fervently enough, that stuff will. Now, are you going to float like what's the Chris Angel or whatever the guy is, you know?
David Blaine.
David Blaine, yeah. I'm pretty sure he just had like one of those weird like hook butt plugs in, and they just lifted him up. That's why he didn't breathe when he did it, because he was afraid he was going to shit all over himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, though? The metal hook one with like the fishing eye loop on the top of it. That's what it was. He just had a like 6 burly like men that were just on a pulley system. They're just like, he was just like, just floated.
Oh my god!
Well, anyway, that witchcraft is all smoke and mirrors, but I think there is a level of if you believe in it and it works for you, then
because I'm curious on how many witchcraft was like, oh yeah, I made a werewolf, you know, and I just
like how many witches have been like, huh, oh, you're a werewolf now.
Yeah, or instead they like what they. I don't know. I don't know if they were real or if they just like, you know what, drugged a man and made him think he was a werewolf and he just let him loose on the street, you know, and then just
it's just a guy strung out on PCP and his friends just shaved themselves.
Well, they could have put him on drugs like that and made him hallucinate and then like made him more receptive to words or whatever, like to what they say, right? And then they just let him grow out his hair, like drugs that made him like hairy, you know?
Oh, see, I thought it was just the coven of witches just shaving themselves and just like gluing their pubes to him.
Why do you gotta make this so weird?
That's what it sounded like.
No, I didn't.
So protecting yourself from a Rougarou, Though the legend inspires terror, the Cajun people have devised ways to protect their themselves from the Rougarou. Some believe that placing 13 small objects by a door keeps the Rougarou at bay. The creature is said to be so simple-minded it can't count beyond 12. It will get stuck trying to count the items over and over until sunrise, in which it forces it to retreat into the darkness. Others use mirrors, believing the beast will see its own reflection and turn away. One particularly I'm getting tongue-tied on this one. Particularly eerie legend suggests that the Rougarou itself can be found during Halloween under a full moon, lurking closer to towns and settlements than it usually dares. They say it searches for flesh blood to quench its supernatural thirst, and on these special nights, it's best to stay indoors, safe from the reach of this relentless creature.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, I'm curious because I gotta look. The last occurrence of a full moon on Halloween
Right.
was October 31st, obviously, 2020. So the next full moon will be Halloween 2039. So if Ghosts and Ghouls is still going in 2039, okay, if we've made it onto the airways and we've garnered, we will go to New Orleans for Halloween and we will hunt Rougarou.
We're gonna hunt Ruru.
We're gonna hunt a Rougarou. Or
Poor kid.
or hear me out, we have a citywide game of hide and seek.
A citywide game of hide and seek.
So okay, so if you go to New Orleans, right? Because I went there a couple years ago. There's like the main highway that cuts like downtown in half, right? And on one side is all the bars and all the drinking. Now on the other side is like CVS and the hospital.
Yeah.
Because like what's gonna happen? So what I'm thinking is we get like 100, 150 people, right? We'll do signups. We'll get everybody in on it. And we'll all get like glow wristbands, right? Or like LED wristbands, like flashing ones. And all the Rougarou hunters will be blue. And then me and you will be Rougarou, and we'll have red. And they give us like an hour and a half head start, and we'll go in and we'll just like, you know, drink, party, whatever. And then we just make our way, and then we have to avoid the blue wristbands.
That would be an insane event. I'm down for it.
Halloween 2039, full moon Halloween.
That's such a long way, but that event,
13 years.
Yeah, 13 years.
Could you imagine how much fun that would be?
Oh, dude, that would be insane.
Let us know in the comments below if you want us to do that.
13 years.
We could do it before. We could with it.
Maybe even yeah, we could. Oh, gosh, that would be such an insane event.
Yeah. All right. So Native American lore, Rougarou is the Ojibwe, Ojibwe, named for the hairy man who appears in symptoms of danger or psychic disruption in the community. So basically, it's like kind of a crazy person.
Okay.
Rougarou is not a Native American word, but is probably the corruption of loup-garou and rougarou, or werewolf, which French Canadian trappers may have called the spirit being. Up there in Canada, you know, that one we used to call rougarou comes up often in conversation, and you know who they're talking about?
The loup-garou.
No, the rougarou, they're talking about a big hairy man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bigfoot.
They're talking about Bigfoot. We're just taking Bigfoot for granted.
Yeah.
Which crazy, because I was doing more research for, you know, upcoming episodes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know how many iterations of Bigfoot there are in this country?
I would assume quite a bit.
There's like, there's probably, like, on the low side, probably 45.
Oh my god.
Like,
and this is like of travelers, like in
if you take the continental United States,
yeah,
and you look at the idea of Bigfoot, like big hairy ape man walking through the woods, right? There has to be 45 to 50 variations of Bigfoot in various heights, colors and locations. It's like they're adapting.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
I'll put my tinfoil hat on for that. Pop culture. The NBA team, formerly known as the New Orleans Hornets, filed for several new name trademarks, among which are Rougarous, boxer Regis Prograis of Creole descent goes by the nickname Rougarou. The Rougarou is incorporated into the story of an episode of the American television show NCIS New Orleans, and the episode, a victim is killed while investigating a possible sighting of the Rougarou, which occurs in the 20th episode of the 6th season. The novel Empire of Wild, 2019, Penguin Random House Canada, by Cherie Dimelin, is inspired by the traditional Metis story of the Rougarou, a werewolf-like creature that haunts the roads and woods of Metis counties. The show Shadow of the Rougarou of 2022 on Apple TV Plus by Metis director Jordan Walsh was created with the guidance of elders and knowledge keepers to best represent the communal oral story. I look forward to checking this out. There is a roller coaster at Six Flags in Cedar Point named the Rougarou. Rougarous have been repeatedly mentioned in the hit American TV series Supernatural.
Absolutely.
Need to watch that too. The Rougarou is featured in the video game South of Midnight, where it's depicted as a large black and red owl-like creature. So I watched, I'm gonna stop right here. Because I watched some gameplay of this, and that thing did not look like they obviously took some creative liberties with that.
They probably just took the name, like the name sounded nice.
I think so.
They were just like, oh, Ruru, that's a...
Lauren, a close friend of the Flood family, had a rough childhood since he was unable to express his anger and frustration during his tragic hardships. When his father was killed in front of him by his boss, all his bottled-up anger poured out all at once, transforming him into a Rougarou, and killed his father's boss. With the help of Hazel, Lauren now has control over his transformation and carried her to where she can find the witch Huggin' Molly, who has captured her mother. National Area League football team is based in Shreveport, is nicknamed the Rougarous. That is all the pop culture on the Rougarou.
Noise.
I really want to watch the show Shadow of the Rougarou, though. That looked interesting. All right, you ready to relive this scenario?
Yeah, but this time I'm doing things differently. So
I could have wrote a new scenario.
oh well, if you actually got a new one, then
You're in New Orleans for Halloween, and man, it's a party. You're
Okay.
having drinks, making friends, and all of a sudden, this real pretty girl is down to clown. Is talking you up, wants to move the party down out of town with her friends, and yeah, you can bring your friend with you.
okay.
Of course, Anthony's going along with it. You're like, man, like what would be like? She
What?
plays League of Legends.
Going on this again.
Like,
oh
she's got
my
blue
gosh.
hair.
It's insane. He's doing the exact same shit he did in the previous scenario.
She's got, what is it? The septum piercing?
You
Yeah.
know what's crazy?
You just want to lick it? So you guys go to their Airbnb. It's a little small place on the outside of town, right? And you guys are getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? You guys are doing a little finger exploration.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a little bit of a freak.
Okay.
Now, she put fingers in places that you didn't think you'd like fingers.
That's not, no.
as you're getting sodomized.
I fucking hate you.
Her girlfriend in the other room screams, and you go out of the bedroom, and your friend Julius is gored out on the ground, intestines everywhere, bleeding out, and over top of him is a big old werewolf. The Rougarou has struck. So you went there with 5. You and the girl, Julius, and another couple, and old boy has turned into the werewolf.
Okay.
And I don't know, he just didn't like Julius for some reason, so he just gored him out. What do you want to do? You're sitting there butt bald naked, maybe you got a sock on.
Okay. In this scenario, I'm opening the door. I think what I would actually do is, I had said I would just dip, right? I'm dipping out the window. I'm hand to the girl, dragging her with me. We're going out like this window.
Yep.
Right? Now, I have a better theory, a better way to stop. There's no way I'm saving Julie. Let's go ahead and be honest. He's done for. Right? That's not what I mean. He's done for. His guts are on the floor. He's bleeding out. One, I would have to fight this thing.
Cat.
I would need to fight this werewolf. And then I would need to somehow save him. But he's lost a gallon of blood already.
I don't think he has a gallon of blood in him.
I don't know.
Kind of skinny.
Anywho, the issue is, I just can't save him.
Julius is kind of like a mozzarella stick, and you're like steak, you know?
So this is what I'm gonna do if I could stop getting insulted.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the beer bottle that I had, which would probably be a Corona, right? A glass one that I...
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's the only glass one I know of. Okay.
They sell like everything in a glass bottle.
Yeah, I know, but it's the only glass one that we bring to parties or either...
Who?
Everybody. It's the only glass
You're
bottle.
being such a stereotype right
No,
now.
it's the...
You're
at
being
our
such a
party,
stereotype right
at
now.
our parties that you throw, right?
Uh-huh.
What glass bottle beer do we get?
Well, you always bring Corona.
I'm not the one that brings it. It's
No.
I brought it once, but Cody also brings it.
Didn't you bring that nasty ass like Corona?
Because I thought it would
citrus?
taste good. Yeah, I never tasted. I wanted to try it out.
Okay, yeah.
Tasted terrible.
Yeah.
But-
Fat Tire.
Huh?
Fat Tire. My
Okay.
dad always brings Fat Tire. It's always in
He
glass
didn't.
bottles.
No, he didn't bring it for that last party we had. No.
Which one?
Because the last one we had was the that I was there for was the Halloween.
No, my dad definitely had Fat Tire. My dad definitely drank Fat Tire. He probably drank it all while we were out trick-or-treating.
Either way, what I'm trying to get at, right, is that all we have is that. We
Okay.
always bring cans. Anyway, I get the glass bottle. I'm throwing it at the ground at the doorway so it breaks into pieces, right? Multiple pieces on the ground. And now he's got to sit there. If he's trying to come for us, he's got to sit there and count.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got to count to 13, right? I never mind. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and while he's counting, I'm gonna jump. Like we're leaving,
Yeah.
right? I don't know about the other homegirl out there.
Oh, rip her. She's been banging a werewolf.
Yeah, and if she knew, hey, that's on her. Julius, I'm gonna pour one out for him. All right, I'm gonna have the best funeral for him, but you know I need to survive, and then I may just hunt this thing down. That may be my revenge story. We don't know, but I got to get out of there alive.
I don't know why. I just had this vision of you, but it's like old you, but it's Danny Trejo with like the bandoliers of silver bullets and like 6-shooters, and you're just like grizzled and scarred up, where you've just been hunting Rougarous for your whole life, and you're just like, ASA, hand me a Corona. Just pour a little out, then drink it. It's a great movie.
I have a new movie idea.
I was gonna say, it's gonna be a great movie.
Okay, but yeah, that's mine. Yours?
I'm gonna take yours and go just the step further.
Okay.
Okay. That's why Julius is bleeding out on the ground. I'll be like, haha, Ant's mine now. And then I'm gonna smash the beer bottle, but I'm also going to get the mirror and put it in front of the door. Because in the thing it said you can, if they look at the reflection, sometimes they'll get scared and they'll run off. So I'm gonna get the mirror off the dresser.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna run at it with like a 4-foot by 3-foot mirror.
Unless you trip and break the mirror.
Well, then he's got more to count. Then I'm out. And then I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna like, bro, man, like, chick was crazy. Like, my wife's insane. She put fingers in places I didn't think I wanted fingers. God is a real prankster because he put the male orgasm button in our butt.
Jesus Christ, that's not making it.
I mean,
Anywho.
I blew like Old Faithful the geyser, 40 feet in the air, It's on the ceiling of the Airbnb. They got my DNA. I'm fucked. You know, Julius is dead. You're gonna have to hunt down the Rougarou. I'm out of the New Orleans, buddy. Bye. And I'm gonna go home.
You're calling me.
I'm calling you what?
No, like you're calling me.
Oh no, I had assumed if I'm in New Orleans,
Yeah.
right? You are also in New Orleans with me.
Okay.
And then somehow Julius is third wheeling your third wheel to me and my wife being in New Orleans.
So like we're just like cross neighbors and we both see this thing. We
No.
just
The scenario changes to where me and my wife have met these people and they're like, oh hey, we're gonna move the party back to our place, and we're like, yo aunt, we're going, and you're like, nah, there's this chick over here who, you know, she's got a septum piercing and she says she's got this big rubber thing she wants to show me later. I'm gonna stay here. And Julius is like, I'm kind of drunk and I want to go. So we're like, all right, come back to the Airbnb with us. So we go back to our Airbnb.
okay,
all right. Me and the wife.
I get it. I get it.
Start,
I get it.
Getting to know each other a little bit more. And all of a sudden, this dude explodes and kills Julius. So I got to tell you, your ex-best friend is dead.
I feel like you studied witchcraft and then you made that man a werewolf to kill off Julius.
He's on to us.
But okay, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, movie idea.
Okay.
Now you got an idea.
I have a new idea.
I saw
Listen.
that like, bling.
All right. So.
Have you ever seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Oh my gosh. Anywho,
Welcome, Danny Trejo.
the previous full episode of this, that with the messed up audio, we had actually went with a serious movie, a dual serious movie, which kind of like back and forth on it.
I'm also going. This time I'm still doing the serious movie.
Yeah,
I was
I'm,
really
I'm,
like
I'm,
into
I'm
that.
switching to comedy.
Oh Lord.
Because that brought me into like such an amazing thing. And I have to say, it's a Halloween night, full moon, and you know how the 2019 Michael Myers, like when he shows back up and it's all Halloween and everybody's like walking past him because it's just like, oh, he's just someone in a costume.
2018, yeah.
Or 2018, sorry, not
the
2019.
reboot.
Yeah, the reboot. Yeah, so it's kind of like that scene, but it's with an old hunter who actually hunts Rougarous, right? Because I just imagine that he's hunting this thing down, and he's been following this thing down all the way south, swamplands, boom, 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 boom. He first met this thing in France.
Oh, he's chasing it across the world.
He's been chasing this thing. He only figured out that it becomes a man when he realizes that the thing went overseas because he heard attacks on a boat of a man, you know.
Yep.
So they were like, oh, that's how he gets away from me. Goes states, tracks it. And he's in the Halloween, and like, I don't know. I want to make this man like crazy. Like he is just an old time crazy
So
dude.
like William Dafoe.
No, I mean not even like villain crazy, but I mean just like insane crazy.
Yeah.
You know, because he sees werewolves and he's just his mind switches. And so like this kid's just a werewolf and he just they're everywhere, and he just starts knocking werewolves.
And of course he's in New Orleans, so like the Rougarou is like the hot ticket that year. Like, oh, come to the Rougarou festival, and he's just running through like punching the animatronics.
He's like, my God,
they're breeding.
And like, I don't. I think him going into the States too, they seized his weapons. So he doesn't have his 6-shooter anymore. So he has to switch over to like melee weapons that he had to purchase, you know, from your local hardware store. It was the best that he could do in the short amount of time. Okay. So, you know, he's just beating down like Halloween costumed kids of werewolves.
Yep.
And then teens come and is like, "What are you doing, old man?" And then it's just like, and he's also as a wolf. And he's like, "Oh God!" and just starts
like hockey punching him.
Yes. It's like, "Hey man, stop that!" Just, I don't know. I want to, and I think this real, like the real Ruru is actually like just on a tear and is just killing people. Like he's like you have a map of the city and it's just a circle of them doing the entire circle, and he just meets the blood.
Oh, because he keeps running into like the bodies, and then it's like people dressed as werewolves. Like, what happened? He's like, just like assaulting people.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
And like throwing knives, but like
he went to Harbor Freight and bought all the hatchets they had, like just like a shopping cart worth of hatchets.
And like all the good hatchets were like bought out, so he has the off-brand ones. So he throws it and it comes off and it flies back, hits some other kid. Just like, I guess I gotta switch. Gotta do this the old-fashioned way.
I feel like this would be done really well as like a Shaun of the Dead-esque horror movie, where it's like the guy's crazy, you know he's crazy, but he's like, obviously like he's seeing like real bodies being like murdered, and then it's like the aspect of like the werewolf that he's just like clubbing people down and animatronics killing and like just doing all this stuff, and then he finally meets like the end and he's like, "I found you," and then it turns out to be like his dad or something. It's
my gosh. In one scene, like he's just like, "I gotta pull out old reliable," pulls out a brass knuckle and it's just kick ass on it. He just starts going it down. But there's just, it's just stupid. Just something, just a stupid movie just to, I don't know.
He's got a bunch of tattoos of him like killing werewolves, or like stick figures killing werewolves.
Yeah. But like I want to have it to where like at the end of the movie
who would be the werewolf? I have an idea of who would be the werewolf hunter.
Yeah, I would.
And the werewolf, actually.
I would love it to where like towards like day or whatever, the werewolf turns back to human or whatever, and then he is actually the witness to the man, because the man got arrested for all the boom, right?
Things,
and they think he's the one that's killing all these random people, so he's the serial killer, and he's put on trial, whatever. And the actual werewolf is looking at him.
He's the judge. Guilty.
Or like he's one of the juries or witnesses, like, "I seen that man kill everybody."
Yeah, I was there.
It's like, what's your name, sir?
Okay, I would love for you to cast and make it like Key and Peele. Could you imagine those two doing
my
that?
gosh, I think I would.
Like he's up there on the. I'm pretty sure I saw him kill like 40 people last night. You believe me, right? Yeah, of course you do. It's okay, girl. And like he's just chatting up the girls in the jury to make them all side with him. And he's just like, "No, I didn't." Yeah, Key and Peele.
I love that.
That would be an hilarious.
That would be.
If they even if they turned that into like a 15-minute skit, I think that would be.
Yeah,
hilarious.
I don't know if I see the thing as being like an insane like hour-long movie.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 30-minute.
Yeah.
The most, of just the goofiest you've
And like
ever
a
seen.
comedy short film.
Yeah, a very good one, but.
Yeah, I'm still doing our original, where we're gonna have the New Orleans being established. They have a ship coming from France, where, people come off. They're not the best people. Blah blah blah, and the church gets established, and one of the guys doesn't align with that current church and like what they're trying to have the town be about.
Right.
And the church then goes to a witch and has them curse the guy with lycanthropy and it's kind of like that back and forth of like who's really the villain type murder mystery. Like, but that's kind of like your big payoff is like you have the witch and the werewolf face off at the end.
Yeah.
Like gores her and then runs off into the woods.
Yeah, and I was gonna say in the original too that we had was that we find out that, believe it or not, the church actually has people in the basement as well.
Yeah.
And they're actually turning those people into rulers as well.
Yeah, to kind of scare the populace in order to like maintain control and like
exactly.
the only way you can be saved from this curse is by joining the church and giving us 50%. And it's like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be an insane thing to have.
That would just be like a kind of like a gritty time piece, like period piece of like just the old costumes, the old buildings, it's survive. It's like do the work or die.
Yeah.
And it's like you just have these like jackass officials that are in. You have these jackass officials that are in power. They are trying to like maintain control of the populace. They're getting all these criminals over from Europe. They're controlling them XYZ whichever way they can, and then like all of a sudden they start going missing, and they're just turning them all into wolves. God,
that's what's crazy.
But like
but I like that epic fight too with
yeah.
the witch and the
because like he figures out what happened to him, and he's like, oh, like I have to go get her, and it's like I have to get to her by sundown. Because once I lose it at sundown, like that's it, and then you just have the old.
Would you say that this is like she attacks more like psychically, like maybe psychic, like maybe kind of like hurting the mind and everything?
Oh yeah,
and,
like
and
super debilitating, like making him like
not really telepathic,
but like no, she would like contort the bot, like it would be like I almost think like blood magic. I mean, like you're transforming people into lycanthropy, like you can make their blood hot, make him like be sweating and feverish.
Right.
You could like break his toes or his fingers and stuff while he's attacking you with blood magic. You could throw people in front of him. Maybe she's just got like a crate of kids and she's just like, he's so rageful that she's just like throwing people in front of him and he's just like eviscerating them and giving her time, but it's also fueling like the blood well that's there that she can keep casting stuff at. Like, I don't know if it'd be like super high fantasy, but like enough to it's like believable. Or maybe she's got like the doll of him and she's just like stabbing him repeatedly with blood magic.
And we could also say too, like it because it's in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Like also, like she gets hit with it, some cuts or whatever. She runs away. She's able to escape because she's like throwing people off. But she's able to heal herself because she knows that type of witch magic as well, that magic as well, the healing property side of things.
Maybe that's how he figures out who she is, because at one point, like he just like got her in the fucking neck, and then she always wears like a scarf around her neck.
She was able to heal it, but not the scar.
Yeah, she has a scar from it because the healing went so fast. It's like people who get cut and they use super glue.
Should we do it instead of like 7 years, 7 days, and then he becomes a fool?
No, I like the idea of 7 years because like the curse is still.
I'm just saying for movie's sake, you know? Or is it like 7 years and you lose control?
I like the idea of 7 years that he has to deal with the anguish of this curse, but it's like all of this could happen within a week, but then like he still has, because he killed her, he still has to he has to go live the 7 years with this problem.
And then he controls it, or he loses control?
He has control in the daytime, no control at night, so he flees into the woods.
Yeah.
And then that's when it like trappers see him and all that kind of stuff, and that's when like the legend starts to
I
spread.
got you. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because he's out there for 7 years, but then the cool thing is like you could do like multiple films where it's like the second one might be like maybe his love interest is trying to get to him, and she's like hiring trappers and like going out into the woods and trying to hunt him down, and he's like, you know, now he's been out here for 3-4 years and he's super elusive, and she wants to make sure that he's not dead, and you know, blah blah blah, and like, you know, you could do you could probably do a trilogy out of it.
Oh yeah.
And then in the third one, they like the church figures out what happened, and then they take his love interest, and then he has to go like kill.
Oh my gosh, he fights the church. Yeah. That'd be sick.
Maybe he learns to control it based on some like Native American stuff, you know,
Native
like
magic or whatever. Yeah,
some Mother Earth magic. Really bring
I
it
can
down
see
to
that.
him, like
I can see that.
movie 3, you know, trilogy.
Sounds good. Is that pretty much it?
Guru. Yeah, that's it.
Well, if you guys enjoyed listening and, you know, watching this episode of the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and turn that bell on for any notifications. As well as we have a supporter, what is it? Supporter.
There's going to be a link in the description that'll take you to a page to support us on our podcasting platform, Buzzsprout.
In the description.
It's like we're setting up Patreon, and like I feel like a dick if I don't have anything on Patreon to give anybody.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out the stuff on Patreon. We have some ideas of just doing unedited
yeah,
stuff.
like you can just get like the whole video unedited with all the bullshit in it.
And
we're talking about doing campfire tales where it's gonna be like just short, scary stories that we tell around a campfire.
Yeah.
Episodes early. We're trying to build a Discord.
We're doing a lot of things. And,
we're working on. We got some ideas rolling.
I think the campfire tales should be a lot of the short, scary stuff, and then what the creature is. Not entirely of like the history of it, but then we just mainly focus on the scenario of the stuff and like what would we do, and then we just start building on top of that with everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that would be really fun. But
we'll get a small group of people together. It's just really tough right now with the weather.
Insane. Like we
Like,
have this historic winter storm right now.
They said we weren't gonna have any snow. We didn't have any snow. We had nothing but rain, but it was freezing cold.
Absolutely.
And then tonight when we're refilming this, it's snowing outside right now.
And they're
calling for snow again this weekend. Like I don't think the meteorologists know. I think they're just throwing darts at a board. And they're just like,
I think it's gonna be good today.
yeah, no, I'll be right today. Oh, I wasn't right today. I'll be right tomorrow. No, I wasn't right.
But anywho, we have that support link.
Yep.
Please, if you could, it would be much appreciated. It helps us out, and to kind of help us get better quality things. We're still working on other equipment as well, but it would help us out, mean a lot. And yeah, we know times are tough, so if you can't, it is what it is. A view only.
A view, a like, a review,
a subscription.
Subscribe on YouTube. All the links are down in the description below.
Yep. Peace.
What?
I just said peace.
What?
Peace.
Ghosts and Ghouls.